Hello everyone, it's Jess here. Today we're going to create a card featuring goodies from the Spellbinders Be Merry collection. Here's a peek at the products we'll be using: the self-adhesive crystal gems, the mini Christmas greeting stamp and die set, and the star of the show, the Dancin Gnome die set. As you can see, the tiny arms decided to go on an adventure prior to filming, but I'm sure they're somewhere super obvious. Does that happen to anyone else or just me? I love that the set is perfect for Christmas, but with the tree stump and tree builder options, you can use the set all year long. And he dances! Off camera, I die cut all the pieces using my Gemini Junior, and I thought it would be fun to color in each piece with my Spectrum Noir TriBlend markers. I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper so I don't stain my craft mat. Same rules apply as coloring with stamped images. I'm just going to start with my darkest tone, and then blend in the medium tone, and finally the lightest tone. I also like to add in extra highlights with the darkest color and blend out as needed. For his little nose, I used the coral blend, and I went with the dark red blend for the striped stockings and hat. For the booties, I chose the ice gray blend so I could add shading. If I were to go with a true black marker, I wouldn't be able to create that effect. Now onto the wood stump. I used the earth gray blend, and check out all the details and embossed lines that the die creates, which are perfect for telling us how to color the item. I took the darkest tone and traced over the lines, then blended out with the medium and lightest tone. For the tunic, I used the blue turquoise blend, and same technique applies. I went from the darkest to the lightest tones. For his mustache and beard, I'm going to add a touch of IG1 to add the illusion of dimension. His arms are ice gray and the mitts are the same dark red blend. My Studio Katia embellishment wand sure came in handy when adhering the tiny mittens. For the card front, I went with the gray stitch A2 size rectangle and paired it with the stitch rounded rectangle by Heffy Doodle in white cardstock. But first, we're going to assemble. I'm going to start by gluing the hat together, and I like that they give you the option to add stripes or not. I'm going to pop up the mustache with 3D foam tape and glue it to the tunic, and all that's left is attaching the hat. And of course, his rosy little nose. He's so cute! For the card front, I'm going to adhere the round rectangle and plan out the interactive feature. Don't let the word interactive scare you. It's so easy. All you need is a small foam square, and you attach it directly in the little ring in the die, or I guess you can say like his little hips. Before I remove the release paper, I'm going to treat the sides of the foam square with my anti-static tool, and just to be sure, I'm going to test it out. With all that out of the way, I'm going to add a few more mini foam squares to support the rest of the gnome. And we're going to tuck in his little arms. I want him to kind of be in a position of like doing a little jig, but I don't quite know what that means because clearly I don't dance, but we're going to give it a go. Earlier we colored in a separate die cut that goes on the top of the tree stump, but I decided to skip it because I don't want to add any more layers that might interfere with his moving legs, so I'll just color in that area instead. Now for the sentiment. I'm going to take out my Misty and start by treating the cardstock with my anti-static tool. Then I'm going to ink up the stamp with Versamark ink, add the embossing powder, and set with my heat tool. Now for the moment of truth. We're going to run it through my die cutting machine, making sure to secure it with my Heffy memo tape. And ta-da, it's perfect. That doesn't always happen, but today, yay! I like that the sentiment die is super long, so you can use it for landscape cards or slimline cards. So I'm just going to trim this down so it fits on our card front. And we're all done. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'll have the supplies listed in the description box below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. Until next time.